Hello Roosevelt students, this is Mr. Roble, and today I'm going to be doing another online lab with you. Today's lab is called the Earth Model Scale Project. This is a copy of the general version. There is an accelerated version too. The accelerated version, these numbers aren't going to really work for you necessarily. They might, but they probably won't. The accelerated version, you'll have to do some calculating on your own. And you'll also have to do your own drawing on the back. With the general copy, everybody's doing the same shape, so it's already on the back of the sheet. It looks like this, and the values that I give you will work for this lab. If you don't have a copy of it, make sure to get a copy from your teacher, or check on your teacher's website or their grade book, and you can likely download one and print it off at home. The purpose, there is one I can statement up at the top. It says I can name and describe the layers of the Earth. The directions say you will create a scaled image of a cross-section of the Earth, label the layers, and give details about the properties of the layers. So we're going to actually try to make a scaled version of what the actual Earth looks like. Number 1 says the distance from the top surface of Earth to the center is 6,470 kilometers, according to page 186 in our book. So in other words, if we were to dig straight down from any point on Earth to the center of the Earth, it's about 6,470 kilometers. So we have to keep that in mind when we're doing this lab. Number 2 says measure the diameter or length of your semicircle in centimeters and divide it by 2. This is your radius. This should also be the same as the height of your semicircle. So what I did was I measured this distance right here, which is the diameter of my semicircle. It was 22 centimeters, so I plugged that in right here. You'll need to do that too. Half of that is the radius, which is 11 centimeters. It then says mark the center of your semicircle with a dot, so you will need a ruler to do this. So you'll have to mark somewhere right around in here, right at 11 centimeters, you'll have to put a dot right on the line because you're going to be needing that center point. After that, it says, number 3, divide 6,470 kilometers by your radius. So 6,470 divided by 11, right here in blue. That equals 588.2. It says this is your scale. So 1 centimeter on our piece of paper, in all reality, would equal 588.2 kilometers. So for every centimeter on our piece of paper, in real life, and the real Earth, that would be 588.2 kilometers. Then it says complete the following chart by using your scale to get this in centimeters. So all I did was I plugged this number, 588.2, into these 4 spots, and then I divided them. So 70 divided by 588.2, 2,900 divided by 588.2, and so on. And I ended up getting these figures here. These are the actual numbers that we're going to use on our semicircle on the back of our sheet. So if you need to pause the video, you can pause it, and then you can fill those in. After you pause it, after they're all filled in, you need to get your ruler back out, and we need to measure out 3 semicircles. So you'll need a compass to do this too. If you don't have one at home, you can get one from one of your teachers, I'm sure. So right here I have a compass. This is what they look like, and this is what you're going to have to use for the back side of your sheet of paper. So here is the back side of mine. I know it's kind of hard to see on here, but I measured the distance from the outside point, this black line. I measured 0.1 centimeters in, and I made a mark. And then using my compass, I put the point of my compass, the sharp part right here, on that middle point, and I put the pencil right over here. I had to open it up quite a bit, and then I made a semicircle. Now this layer here represents the crust. I then used my second measurement, which was 4.9 centimeters from the front side of my white sheet. I measured over 4.9 centimeters, made another mark, made another semicircle. Then from this point, I measured over 3.9 centimeters, made another mark, made another semicircle, and now I have my inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust of the Earth. Now going back to the actual lab sheet, there's a few things that you have to do. It says label each layer, which I just told you. It says make a bracket at the very top of the mantle and the outside of the crust. So that includes all of the crust and just the very top part of the mantle. That's called the lithosphere. Right where the lithosphere ends and up through about 1/3 of the asthenosphere, or I'm sorry, about 1/3 of the mantle, that's the asthenosphere. So you need to label both of those things. And then at the bottom of the page, there's all these things that you have to label. If you don't know which layer they go in, use pages 186 to 187 in your book to do that. If you have any questions at all, check with one of your teachers. Otherwise, thanks for watching.